Yo, what's up, YouTubers? Hey, we're over here. We're trying to get her done. Man, we had another load messed up, and then they said wait, and then we went back. Then they said, oh, you have to have this special equipment. And they tried to sell it to me as cash only with no receipt. And I'm just like, that's a red flag. And then I talked to the other guy, and he's like, I've been coming back here. They keep saying come back. It's the third day in a row. I'm trying to come back to get loaded. They just told me something else I had to do. And I was like, yeah. And these farms, what they'll do is they'll try to get trucks coming. And then if something happens, they run about like the factories with that just in time. You know, so if they don't have the product, like for whatever reason, they don't have the product from the field, and they overbook trucks. So then they'll start this nonsense where they go into CYA mode, and they don't want to look bad. You know, the office lady don't want to look bad to the company man, and then the logistics people, they're dealing with the broker. The broker's dealing with the carrier. The carrier's got their load planners, the dispatch, then it gets all the way back to the driver. So you got this game of telephone, and so you get out here. It generally only happens in California and southern Arizona, and it's the bobblehead syndrome where they're like, yeah. Hey, I'm going to be over there at the appointment time. You got the product and everything's ready to go? Oh, yeah, it's there, sitting on the dock, ready to go. You get over there and they're like, it's going to be 3 days before we can harvest the lettuce or whatever, And they know it, the driver knows it, everybody in the middle, for some reason, is hopeful that the lettuce is on the dock. And it's not. And then the lettuce wilts. So they want to get it in the truck and get it to the store so they can process it and get it to the public before it spoils. You know what I mean? So they get the bright idea that this truck is going to come over there and sit there and wait. And, the guy cuts a head of lettuce, puts it in the box, puts it on the tractor, hauls it to the factory. The factory puts it on the dock in the trailer. Well, if something snags along that deal, or they order too many trucks, or they don't have enough product, which is actually the same thing, and they're all trying to predict the future. So we get over here like this. Now, I've known the game for a long time, so I get over here and everything like that, and they're like, oh, come back tomorrow. Okay, no problem. They said, oh, get here around 6 or 7. Okay. They said, oh, but your appointment's at 2 o'clock. Well, everything I got says 9 o'clock today, but I was in the area yesterday, and, sometimes you can do this first come, first serve deal. I get over there, there's a big red line that says by appointment only. I'm like, okay. So, I've been sent over here somewhere in this grand scheme of telephone. Drive over here was a thing. Okay, well, here it is. They've done their thing. They're messing everything around and whatever else like that. Well, now it's Friday, so I haven't really made any money or done anything for days. I drove about 5 hours yesterday just to get over here, and 2 hours of that was I got 30 minutes of just moving from one spot to the next. Then I drove over here, and then I had, go to the spot, come back over here, go back over there, come back over here. And now today, I spent, let's see here, I have spent 47 minutes of drive time. Started my clock, which that's the 14-hour clock, all for nothing. And now they're looking for another load on a Friday coming out of California, which is not going to pay very good, because everybody's looking for a load on Friday to get through the weekend. And this place over here said something along the lines of, "We'll come back Monday with the right equipment and everything like that." So I called my people. I'm just like, "Hey, this is a trick bag. Just let's do something else." And they're like, "Who said what? This, that, and the other." They're like, and I'm like, I said, "Look," I said, "my skills are." Well, first I said something about he said, she said, politics and interoffice stuff and all this kind of stuff. I was like, that's none of my business. Okay, you tell me to go over here, get the load. There's some type of specialty equipment, and they don't tell the broker, or the broker don't tell you, or you don't tell me, or whatever. Like, I'll go over there and try, and hey, I'll go to the truck stop, buy some stuff. I'll go to the specialty shop, buy some stuff. Come back, try again. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. There ain't going to be a third time. So that's a deal. And then so now, I'm looking at, are they going to be able to find a load? If and when they do, are they going to expect me to drive on the Sabbath? Well, of course they are. Of course they are. You know what I mean? So this is why in the trucking game, you run 48 weeks on a year. Because you're going to have 4 weeks of some kind of BS, right? And you already know it. You're going to have a flat. You're going to have a load cancel. You're going to have some kind of deal where there's an issue. You know what I mean? A lot of the drivers get worked up about that, and they think that they're losing money or whatever else like that. Okay? And then there's the business side of it. So on the business side, like if this was my truck, I would show that I spent fuel, and I bought fuel yesterday too. So that was an expenditure. I would mark this down as a load that canceled, and I could do it 2 ways. I could take my time this week. Like say I prorate by the week for the quarter. So 12 weeks, I'm averaging X amount of money. So the next quarter, whatever that daily rate was, the average, I would use that as a number to mark down the merge. Okay, so since yesterday I sat there, and then I sat there some more, and then, I delivered the day before that, but I was actually supposed to deliver Tuesday morning at 4 a.m. So Tuesday morning at 4 a.m., now we're all the way over to Friday at 9:30 California time. So Tuesday to Wednesday, that's one day. Wednesday to Thursday, that's another day, right? So I can mark this down, and then the time of driving over here, that 4 or 5 hours or whatever else like that, we would eat that day. We would not count the third day, but it would be righteous to mark down 2 days of demerge. Now say the truck's doing $1,300, well, simple math, $1,000 a day gross, right? On the quarter, 7 days a week, 12 weeks in a quarter. Okay, so this for simple math, let's say it's 1,000. It's actually 5 or 6 days a week, and it's actually 7 to 9,000. Is what historic. If we went off last month, yeah, it would be 1,300 at least. Anyway, but $1,000 a day, so my profits by counting 2 days of demerge, where I've been hassled to whatever degree. I've tried to do the work, but I cannot do the work because of extenuating circumstance and $85 ticket. So this week I would be able to not pay taxes on $2,085 of income. See what I'm saying? They just try to send me a message. So I'm gonna get off here and check this message, but demerge, that's a thing. So the money that you should have made, you can prorate what you really are making, and then when you really get, and then you can write down load numbers and brokers and stuff like that, and stuff that can come through and blah 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 blah. And it's it's one of the things where, now if I make 7,000 you know, I can mark that down to 5,000, and then I can take my fuel off the top of that, and then I can take, you know, all these other expenditures, and pencil whip that all the way down so you're well, for simple math, let's say it's a $10,000 week, and you want to mark that all the way down to where you're paying taxes on between $500 and $2,000, and that's your profit. So you want to be paying taxes at your 20 yard line. You want to be paying taxes in there because that keeps it low enough to stay in business, but you're paying Uncle Sam something and not triggering that audit flag. So there you go. Allegedly, you know, seek your own treasure and counsel. Rock out.